What up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Roz here, but see what costs blog. They want to get your opinion on Reach Records. It's Unashamed Tour as well as interviews. I'm sure you guys have seen with Lecrae as well as Andy Mineo, where they basically apologize for some of the actions in the past, namely their criticism of CHH, calling it corny and things of that sort. So I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Now, first of all, let me say this. I wanted to go to the Unashamed Tour when it came to Detroit. Unfortunately, I was, scheduled conflict. I was not able to go, but I did see one of the tour stops online, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, I was very surprised. Surprised in a couple of ways. Number one, I mean, this tour in general. We know that there has been a change of philosophy with Reach over the years. You look at venue wise, Andy, Lecrae. I'm not saying they haven't been involved in church, conferences and events and things like that. Was it the Passion Conference and what's that? I forgot the Winter Conference. So yeah, they've been involved, but as far as like church tours like this, Lecrae, as far as I know, every time I've seen him in concert with an album, he's been at, mainstream or secular venues. We know he's been at, that space. They call it space now. When you listen to the interviews, I don't know, I guess they press person told him to call him space, whatever. I don't know. But their space they're in now, it's, was in the secular realm. Now I'm looking at this Unashamed tour, and it's like in these white evangelical churches, and I'm like, this is interesting. Particularly we know that there's been a lot of strife, a lot of division between Lecrae and the white evangelical churches, and so to see this tour thing is like, whoa, what's going on? Because from what I gathered, is because of his stances. Some might call it liberal stances politically on police shootings and unarmed black people dying and things of that sort. And white churches have a different perspective on it. Seems to be a division there, and so it's like, what happened? Like, how did things change? And so it's like, I don't really see nobody really talking about it. I'm not as plugged in CHH as I once was, so maybe they have been, but I'm just was shocked. Number two thing when I saw the concert online was that Lecrae performed songs from the Rebel album, even from his first album. I was surprised by that because if you read his book, you know how he viewed those songs. Like, he wrote those songs not because it was from pure motives, but it seemed to be more from it was expected. These were the leaders at the time. This is the type of music that was to use the word space that he was in at that time. And so I always just assumed that that pretty much to him those songs, because he didn't really mean it in the sense, or really didn't represent him, that Rebel and After the Music Stopped was pretty much dead from performing. And the concerts I went to, those songs were never performed. He never went that far back, and I was just shocked to see my favorite Lecrae song perform. Man, Go Hard. That's my favorite Lecrae song ever, and I was like, wow, what I'm saying, Jesus music and all these things. So it's like, there's been a change here. And I just want to get y'all thoughts. What are y'all thoughts on this change? The apology, they apologized for calling Christian rap corny. Basically dissing Christian rap, dissing their brothers, what I'm saying? Dissing where they came from. And with this tour, it seems to be like they're sort of coming back. So I want to get y'all thought, what y'all think about them coming back home, so to speak. The little change and embracing the space of CHH instead of saying, don't put me in that box. They seem to be, embracing the church. So what's your thoughts on that, man? Is this a good thing? I mean, I know some of y'all are skeptics. Y'all gonna say, well, they just did it. They ain't as popular no more. They ain't getting money like they used to. Because we do know the industry has changed. Obviously, they're not doing numbers like they used to be before the streaming era. Now, Lecrae is not selling like that. Andy Mineo ain't selling 27,000 no more. So, have things changed? Are some of y'all skeptical? Like, see, now they just coming back because, hey, the world don't want them no more. Now they coming back to us. I'm sure some of y'all feel that way. So I want to hear that perspective, if that's your perspective. Or is it like, man, I'm happy that they're back. They changed. They're back home, So what's your thoughts on that? So that's my thoughts of this video. What are yours? Proceed with Cross the Blog. Skip Brother Suts, and I'm out.